Well, we're in unusual times, but one thing's certain, children still want to be playing, and it's going to be very difficult under the restrictions we've got. But Chris Gregory's joined me from Isle of Play. Chris, hello there to you. We've also got a video you've been putting online. We'll come to that in a minute, but can we deal with this first? I mean, what advice have you got for parents who have got children under their feet, and maybe they live in a flat or they haven't got access much to outside space?
It's obviously very tricky times for everybody, and living in any sort of small quarters, be it with a partner or be it with children. It's going to test your patience at times, but children do have a habit of being able to push those buttons. They want to play, and obviously when they're restricted the way they are currently, it makes it a lot harder. So there's lots of things that you can kind of encourage them to do. But effectively, it's got to be a bit of a. You've just got to wait it out to a point as well, and talk to them, and try and help them to understand, why they can't go outside, why they can't play the way that they usually would want to.
I've been hearing about these YouTube videos. We get some specialists who can really interact with the kids, and probably wear them out, I suppose, is part of the process here, isn't it?
Well, but play is definitely normally it would be a great way of amongst lots of other things of getting children to burn off some of that excess energy. So yeah, I think we're living in a very very beneficial time in terms of, if this was 30 years ago, how much harder would it have been potentially for children to just be kept inside and locked up the way that we're having to do at the moment. So yeah, there is lots of opportunity online for children to engage in exercise if they're struggling or you're struggling. I know the Joe Wicks has been very popular as well. But there's lots of things that you can do. If you give the children a little bit of space, if you've got a spare room or if they've got the bedroom, let them sort of play with that environment. We set a challenge the other day for children to just create the best blanket fort they could, and we got a good few entries into that, which was lovely. Some really cool entries. Some of them were a little bit tugging at the old heartstrings as well. A little video was sent to us about how children are finding it hard at the moment and not being able to go outside. So, if you give children the time and space, even if space is limited to play, then they can entertain themselves still.
Let's talk about your video. It features a toilet roll.
Yeah, well, they're very precious. I do wonder about the toilet roll. How many people that hoarded loads of toilet rolls? I mean, how many have they actually managed to go through? I've been inside now for like 7 days. I've not gone through one yet. But what we've done is we've set up a little challenge, which is very simply you have a toilet roll and you write on it #wipe it out. And then all you've got to do is get someone to throw it to you off screen, or at least throw it to yourself off screen, catch it, and then throw it on. And then what we're doing is we're stitching all these videos together, and we're going to see how far we can get it.
So while we were talking there, I've just shown a little bit of your video, but I'd like to send people to your site for the whole thing, which is what, Isle of Play on YouTube, is it?
You can find us on YouTube, but you're more likely to be able to engage with us better on Facebook. We're on Twitter as well, and we do use Instagram. But most stuff that we're sending out currently for kids to do is on Facebook, yeah.
And I guess you're missing what you normally do, finally, being out there and interacting with kids. It just seems something we won't be doing for a few weeks yet.
Yeah, man, I'm crawling the walls, so I can't imagine what life with children is like at the moment as well. What we're really missing is that interaction with the children. I mean, before all this happened, we were starting to see, how children are coming to terms with the coronavirus. And it's something that play is going to be very, very important for as we move forward as well. So play traditionally and historically, it's been really key to our revolution in terms of how we deal with the unexpected. And so through play, children play with the current situations that are going on in their lives, and it helps prepare them for a future, and a future that we don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet. So we're missing seeing all this at the moment, and we were seeing elements of it prior to all this going down. So if I could give a little bit of advice, I guess, for any parents out there, is that if your children are playing with it and you think it's a little bit in poor taste, maybe just let it ride out a little bit longer than you normally would, because it's really helping children come to terms with what's going on at the moment.